Let's see. Hello, everyone. I'm going to start tagging people if I can. Tag Amy, Emily, Lori, Erin, Jamie, who spells her name the same, Crystal, Cindy, Amanda, Ellen. All right, I love that I have a smaller group with me today. I actually am going to tell you a bunch of stories, so it's always easier to do that when we're just a smaller group. Hello, everyone. I am Jamie Ellsworth, and I am a consultant with Epicure, and I am also a friend of Amy's. Hi, Lori. You're Amy's mom, right, Lori? I'm a friend of Amy's from Bottenfield. So I work in, I'm a speech pathologist. I'm not a teacher, but I worked with Amy while it was the first year that Bottenfield started up their running club, and we did that together. So that is something that I feel like we will always have. And then I also just have kept in touch with Amy because she loves leggings just as much as I do, and then we just have a lot of things in common, like our love for Schitt's Creek. This is one of my favorite shirts, and it's not that brand, although I do have my leggings on. Amy likes pockets. These don't have pockets, sorry, Amy. All right, so we have a lot going on today. We are going to be cooking up a fajita meal with some Spanish rice, and we are going to do that in less than 30 minutes. By 12:30, I will have everything completely done. And if I haven't, it's because I've talked too much, but I'm gonna try to strategically plan what I'm doing with cook time. So I really just forgot one thing. Let me go grab some of my seasoning. Okay. So we are going to make our Spanish rice first. All I have is a cup of rice. I used instant rice. Some people say they don't like to. It's not as healthy, I guess. I get it, but instant works for me. I did 1 can of diced tomatoes. So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and 1 can of diced tomatoes. And this is our poco picante, which is what we make for the salsa. And it is brand new, so I'm just gonna open it for you and show you. It is filled with, these are the ingredients: onion, sea salt, garlic, chilies, spices, cayenne pepper, jalapeno, and chives. And I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 tablespoons of this. You can see the colors and like maybe the chives are in there. They're beautiful. Oops, and I always make a mess. Another thing about today, I had a little bit of a freak out moment because you saw I just opened this bottle. I actually just ran out of fajita seasoning, and I ordered it and then realized it didn't come in the package that came. So I almost thought we were having a menu change, but then I remembered I have the little sample packets, which if you would like one, please invite a friend to come and join the group. I know they might not be able to join us live, that's okay. But I want you to share Epicure with as many people as possible because we're brand new in the US. We have only been in the US for coming on 3 years. But Epicure has been in Canada now for its 25th year. They're celebrating 25 years. Okay, so you just saw me do that. I put that in the purple silicone multi-purpose steamer. The thing that makes it special is it has this tray. The tray goes right on top of the rice or pasta, and you put it in the microwave and it doesn't boil over. So you're not babysitting a pan. Literally, if you have young children and you trust them to use the microwave, you can let them do this part. Gets the family cooking, but it also helps with time when everything is so quick and easy. So I'm gonna put that in for 13 minutes, and then I'm going to get started on our sheet pan fajitas. So I have to tell you, 12 o'clock is a time where we're hungry. And my husband was like, I don't know if I can wait. So I have already prepped a lot. I've already cut up my chicken, which I just have to show you. I used kitchen shears. These are $13, and I literally own 4 pair. And I used 3 of them today. So I used some when I was cutting up my tomatoes. They were really tough, and I was having a hard time with my knife. So my tomatoes weren't ripe enough. But anyway, I used them to cut my tomatoes. I used them to cut my chicken, and then I'm going to use them in a minute when I put on some fresh cilantro. So all I have is chicken and some bell peppers. You know what? I had a green pepper. so sorry. Hold, please. This is the real deal appeal of how Epicure works. Like, oh, I just forgot something. Let me go run off and grab it. And in less than a minute, I will have that thrown into this bag with all of the other peppers. So I'm gonna use our ceramic knife. Again, another value that you will not regret. So this knife is ceramic and it's like $32, I think. It's called the Prep Pro ceramic knife. And it is so amazing for cutting through really anything, but my CEO, when she did her cooking demo, she talked about cutting through like mushrooms and tomatoes. Hadn't even thought about that. And I was not using this knife on my tomatoes when I said I was having a hard time cutting them. I was using a serrated knife and they were just not ripe enough. So changing things up. I'm not gonna make salsa. Instead, I'm making Spanish rice with the salsa dip, or the salsa mix, rather. Okay, I have all of my fresh ingredients. I'm gonna go ahead and put, you know, I should measure, but here, actually I will. I have one of my like old spoons. These were before I discovered Epicure. And I brought it out to actually show you the difference, but it's just gonna be my 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Oh, this is nice. I guess I don't have to measure because you're just gonna add 1 packet of this. And it says it's the amount of 2 tablespoons. So this has just a bunch of organic stuff. I'm just gonna say everything you can pronounce. When my husband's hungry, I should probably keep it short and sweet. I do have, though, this list of what's not in your food when you use Epicure. So I just want you to see that there's tons of things on it, but mainly we're talking no chemicals, no preservatives, no artificial flavors, nothing that you get in processed food. Over time not to try to talk over that. So nothing that you get in processed food, but I also want to just say this for Amy specifically. So she shared with me that one of her children has an allergy to sesame. I know that was one of them. And what's the other one, Amy? You might have to share it again. Our meals do not have any nuts. They don't have any gluten, so for those of you who need to eat gluten-free either by choice or by medical reasons, you are safe with every single thing that Epicure makes. And then tree nuts, I think I already said that, salt and sugar conscious. So for folks who have high blood pressure and are on a high blood pressure medication, or you know, for parents who are getting older and wanting to eat healthier. Oh, there's a piece I'm gonna take out. It's the easy button because you don't have to read the labels. You don't have to necessarily worry about things being added. You can pronounce everything, and it's all actually sourced very ethically on a family farm. The CEO's family has a farm in British Columbia, and they just source it all from their farm, and they've made a business out of it. And it's obviously a business that people like because in Canada, it's like your household name. All right, I just put the sheet pan with the chicken and the peppers and the fajita in the oven. Oh, I need a 16-minute timer. So that all is like the longest amount of time that I'm gonna be cooking. So I started to tell a story about how I worried that I ran out of fajita seasoning. Thank goodness I had my sample packs. But if I didn't, I'm just gonna show you, I had already prepared the same meal and put the seasoning and the oil all in the bag and just popped it into my freezer. So if I needed to, I was ready to just take this big hard chunk of frozen fajitas, dump it into another one of my steamers and pop it in the microwave. It would have been ready in like maybe 10 to 12 minutes. So even though I had what I needed, and I want to show you fresh to ready from raw to ready in less than 20 minutes. I just want you to know that freezer is an option too. I'm gonna put this back so it doesn't start thawing out. So if any of this is sounding appealing to you, I really want to invite you to come over to my customer group, because we are doing a freezer prep meal demonstration, or I guess workshop, next weekend. So everyone is invited. I friend requested you so that you would see my messages about guessing how many Valentines were in, or conversation hearts were in the prep bowl. So make sure, if we're not friends yet, that we go ahead and become friends, because I have lots of great tips to share. And I am not a good cook. Let me just tell you, this is not my passion at all. It's more by necessity that I found Epicure. I used to be really healthy. Like I was sharing, Amy and I were runners around the same time, and kudos to you, Amy, for still running, because that is not easy. There's no way I'll ever be a runner again, but congratulations, you stuck with it for how many years has it been? At least 7. It was 14, I think, or 15. Anyway, I used to be really healthy, and then I kind of fell off the wagon, and my son, who is 13, became so incredibly picky, where like he wouldn't eat anything that I made. I honestly think he had like an addiction to the junky food, like to the chemicals. You know, it was like if I made something and he didn't eat it, he would almost be like cranky, like he was going through withdrawal or something. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that I was pretty desperate and trying to find anything that I could, because I was just really worried that he was not getting nutrition like he needed. And so I had tried like the subscription boxes that are bright green, and I think they greet you with a message about how fresh their food is. Maybe something like that. They say hello. Anyway, that's all fine and dandy. Thank you for doing the shopping for me, but you still aren't cooking for me, right? And you're not making it any easier than just bringing the things to me and giving me the recipes. That wasn't enough simplicity for my life in that moment. So somebody had invited me to an Epicure party, and it was back when I was working in the school year, at like the end of the school year, where things get crazy. And it was just one of those things where I was like, I need to find a solution if I don't turn this around. Like, we're gonna have an obese child and one who has, you know, health problems, and so that just really made me very nervous. So I called a friend who contacted a friend who was a consultant, and we had my first party in August. And I just loved the idea of this so much that I thought, I need to share this with my friends. So I had this party, and from my party I had 6 people book their own, because they're all like me. They're busy working moms that have 0 time. When they get home, they're super exhausted. They have young children. They have, you know, husbands who work split shifts. There were so many different variables, and some of them wanted gluten-free, some of them had nut allergies, some of them were just wanting to try and get healthier. And it was like everybody I knew just joined this movement with me. And eventually I decided that I might as well make a job out of this, and that's what I love doing. I love sharing this, so I'm so glad I'm here with you. Anyway, that's my epic story, and everyone has one. Everyone who tries Epicure has a reason why, and so I just want to remind all of you that if you're stuck in a rut, or you have allergies, or whatever the reason is, like, this is a tried and true solution. I'm not trying to sell you something that I don't believe in. In fact, I'm not even selling it to you. I'm just sharing and serving you to help you get whatever it is that you want out of your food. All right, pause. I have 2 ripe avocados that I just very quickly and easily squeezed out, and I'm gonna use our guacamole seasoning. So our guacamole seasoning is onion, sea salt, red bell pepper, garlic, spices, herbs, and chilies. And just so you know, the salt content on these items that I've been using, so 80 milligrams of salt in the salsa, 60 milligrams of salt in the guacamole, and I put chicken, like the fajita seasoning, I put stuff on it that makes it dirty now, but it's 0. I am always flabbergasted when I think about how that works. All right, I'm gonna talk about our spice spoon. So another value, like even if you're not in it for the food, the prep tools are so worth it. So this spice spoon is like $6, seriously, but it's a 4-in-1, so you have a 1 full tablespoon, 1 full teaspoon, flip it over, there's a mark for what your half and what your quarter would be. So you have all of your measurements in this and not in that, which I'm not gonna use, but I will just show you that the round peg doesn't fit in the square hole. You know, figuratively, it doesn't work. But this one is specifically made for Epicure's jars, and so it fits into all of them, which just really helps with, everything's purple. I can find it very easily. Hi, Aunt Sharon, thanks for joining. And purple is also Amy's favorite color. She and I have a lot in common. I've already said that, haven't I? Okay, as you can tell, I was getting myself prepared and then I was cooking and deciding like, I want to eat sooner than later, so I'll just do all this other stuff with them watching me. So thanks for being patient while I get my meal prep done. This is, like I said, real deal appeal. All right, so I just have my lime. I'm gonna cut my lime in half. And I do have a tool, here it is, the citrus press. So I never used a citrus press before. You could have convinced me that I didn't need one and I would have never gotten one, but it came in my kit, so I started using it. It's really great because it has a smaller side for lemons, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. If I flip my lemon over, it doesn't fit really nice and pretty, right? It's not like the puzzle piece, but I'm gonna show you how much juice I get. Let me just go ahead and do that. That is so much juice. And if you wanted to look at it, my lime is like 100% inside out. So pretty cool, right? Okay, I have guacamole, the seasoning, and lime juice. I'm actually good with that staying in the microwave for a minute because it's one of those things where I used, sorry, I'm trying to find the right thing, where I used a can of tomatoes, and so I added a little bit of extra liquid. So I'm just gonna let it stay in the microwave and kind of like, you know, cook up a little bit more. That is the Spanish rice. And one thing I love about my microwave is it gives you, it signals like every minute it beeps. So I know in like 2 minutes I'll go grab it. But right now it's all good. Okay, so I literally just made guacamole that is gorgeous, and I wish you could smell, like the spices do start to, they're dehydrated, so they start to hydrate and like melt together, or whatever that word is, the longer that it sets. So just so you know, sometimes I find that Epicure's food tastes better to me on day 2, because you know how like mom's leftovers, there's certain things that you're just like, oh, it's good on day 1, but it's even better on day 2. To me, that's like my comfort food, and that's everything that Epicure is. So for me, on day 2, if I can cook and have a great meal tonight, then I am even happier when I have my lunch tomorrow, and I don't have to think about it, and it tastes delicious. Okay, that was 2 minutes. I should probably go get it, but I want to show you what I'm doing. I have cilantro, which I was going to put in my salsa, but remember I'm adding a little bit of tomato to my salsa, so that's going to make it pretty too. But I took a bundle of cilantro, had it strained in my strainer. Got to talk about that too. But I'm going to use my scissors. So these are my $13 scissors that I own 4 pair of. So about $50 worth of scissors in my house. I might even get a 5th pair just for my sons to have for art projects, because these scissors will change your life. If you missed it, you do not have to touch chicken any longer. you can cut it with scissors, and I'm not even joking. All right, let me go grab my rice before it gets too dry. Okay, so for those of you who missed the start, by the way, make sure you do comment. Like right now, if you're on, make sure you comment, because I want to make sure to put you in a drawing for a free meal packet. And I can only do that if I have your name in the comments, because otherwise I won't remember who was here. I'm looking for my tongs, but I don't see them. Anyway, I made, hello. In my steamer, I made Spanish rice. I'm using I used my tray to just keep the water from boiling over. So I put it in the microwave with no lid for 13 minutes. And it is still a little bit on the I would want to use a strainer spoon for it, but I have to say, I'll put the lid on this for like another minute or two while I wrap up the other things, and we will have perfectly done Spanish rice in the microwave in 13 minutes. So first of all, did you know that you could microwave rice? Second of all, did you know you can make it in the same amount of time that it would take if you didn't otherwise? Sometimes with like the actual rice, I used instant, but it'll take even less time. Okay, so I was doing my guacamole with my cilantro. And again, I wanted to make salsa for you, but because my tomatoes weren't looking great, they're just gonna be a garnish. This is another thing, like there are no rules when it comes to Epicure. You're thinking to yourself, I don't wanna try to make my rice on the in the microwave. Okay, you can still make your rice as you normally would, but you know, use our products for the prep tools, use our products for the delicious food, use our products for something. Epicure just makes life so much easier. All right. Yeah, Amy, I'm telling you, I have another press too, and it's not the same. So, Lori, if your husband makes magnificent margaritas, it will change your life. All right, and then I'm gonna make dessert. So this is really exciting because I just got something in the mail right before going on live. This is our host exclusive. So Amy, you are able to get the host exclusive for February or for March. This is February's. So if you get your party clothes and you use your rewards in February, you're able to receive the same exact thing. It's a Whiskit. Is that what it's called? Nope, doesn't have any clever name at all. That's just my team. My team is Team Whisk Takers, because remember I said I'm a speech pathologist, so I work with all the R sounds. Okay, this is the bowl, the larger one. The smaller one is definitely more of like your prep for spices or blends. But check it out. So this has a rubber bottom, silicone, and so it doesn't slide. And I truly started my prep with this one. That is my like normal one. It slides. I'm not joking. It's amazing. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put our ingredients into the new one. I might as well, right? What am I even making for dessert? I'm sure you're wondering. I'm using cream cheese that I left out for an hour so it's softened. I am using whipped cream, just like, you know, a cup of Cool Whip. And then I am going to make our brand new, or it's not new, it's new to me. Gosh, sorry. So they have all these things that retired and they call it the Vault. So this came out of the Vault for February because it's the season of love. And this is our chocolate velvet cheesecake. It is actually not a no-bake cheesecake, but I'm using a recipe that I know works on my citrus no-bake cheesecake. And so, again, I'm not good in the kitchen. Someone told me to do this. I followed their directions. That's all it is, though. I'm going to put cream cheese with my whipped cream and add my, I haven't even seen this yet. What is it? Oh my gosh, it has 4 ingredients. Organic cane sugar, organic cocoa powder. I just talked like one of my kids. only 3 ingredients: organic cane sugar, organic cocoa powder, and coffee powder. That's all that it is. I don't know how they do it. Like their desserts, I literally do not miss the gluten in my desserts. Okay, hold on a second. My sheet pan might be ready. I got 5 minutes to pull it all together. All right, here we go. There's my chicken fajitas. It doesn't look like much. I might have to make more. I might have to throw that frozen block of fajitas in for my husband. I think it's just because it's in a small or a longer, more, you know, spread out way. Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna make some noise. I have my hand mixer. I'm just gonna mix this up so that I can pour it into a crust, and then it's gonna go in the freezer for 2 hours. Here we go. You know what? I think I needed to add milk. It's looking too stiff. Hold on. I know I need to add something. Okay, so epic fail for me not having the exact recipe because I just said I'm not good in the kitchen. So I have a bit of a dilemma that is too thick and I don't know what to do about it. So we're just gonna set it off to the side, but it's gonna be delicious because there's nothing in there that can not be delicious. Okay, then I'm gonna put my plate together. And if I'm really not able to make that work with the pie, the cheesecake, I got this amazing, look how monster sized this bag of chocolate is. This thing is like the best chocolate I've ever had. Okay, I digress. Let me grab my serving spoon. I've gotten myself all flustered because my stuff didn't work the way I wanted it to. My cheesecake. That's all right. So here's my Spanish rice. Yum, 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 so good. And then I have my fajita tortillas. All right. Sometimes my husband puts the fajita meat right onto, or I'm sorry, the rice right onto it. Oh, I know why it looks like it's missing something. I forgot my mushrooms. Oh well, it'll still be yummy. Okay, I just want to show you. So this I cut into a piece that was stuck together. It's completely cooked. It is very juicy. Completely cooked, flavorful, so yummy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you I learned from experience that everything pops with a fresh squeeze of lime juice or a fresh snippet of cilantro. So that's the thing, we're eating good food, we're not eating junk. So the flavors actually get enhanced when we use these ingredients. All right, without salsa, I feel like it's looking a little barren, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some more on. Once I figure out dessert, I will, mark my words, I will post a picture. All right, so that is my lunch for today. I'm so excited to have it by 12:30, but I didn't use all my time, so don't go anywhere. I still have more to share. All right, I want to share some of the amazing things that are happening in February. Okay, so first of all, that subscription box that I was talking about trying before that didn't work for me, well, Epicure has just announced that they're gonna do something where they send the meal packets. So it's not your groceries. You still have to go and get your fresh produce and your meats, your herbs if you wanna accent it. But, thank you, yeah, lunch is gonna be delicious. It's always hard to talk after this because I just wanna dig in. But let me go ahead and tell you the rest that I want to tell you before you go. So I am talking about the Epic Box subscription that you can get for either 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. And it is completely risk-free. There's no contract. You can just get a little surprise of 7 meals, 1 dessert, some dip mix. That's a sample size like that one I showed you, as well as a surprise, which nobody knows, not even us. So that is like a monthly thing where you get billed once a month, and then it's $34, no shipping. You just get a box of goodies every month. So it's a great way to get your hands in. If that doesn't sound good to you, you want to pick and choose what it is that you like, totally fine. You can go in and look at our catalog and all of our meal options that we have. Normally, if you get them just individually, they come in a pack of 3, so like 3 mac and cheese for $11. If you don't like the idea of that, we have the Conquer Dinner 15-pack collection, which I love because you do get all of the favorites. So it does come with like a 3-week guide because it's 3 weeks of meals, and it tells you, so that's one page of it. This is a digital guide that you can print, but it tells you a grocery list for like week 1. This is week 2, week 3, and so on. So that is a great place to start. Still not appealing to you? Okay, that's fine. Let's just talk about what I made. So I made what we call the Good Mexican Kit, which means I made fajitas, guacamole, and I used my salsa seasoning in my Spanish rice. What I didn't make is enchiladas, but that would come in the Good Mexican Kit for around $33. Everyone needs to try it. I'm telling you, it's the best Mexican you'll eat. And then the next thing I'm saying is the steamer. Now the steamers are about $53, so that is more of a price point, but that's where hosting becomes such a great opportunity to get free Epicure. I want to book at least 2 more classes off of this just because I'm so excited to share Epicure with everyone. So please, if you want to earn some free stuff through the rest of February, it's double host rewards, which means that any credit that you would get at a qualified level would go to double that. So it's like, just let me give you double free stuff. Amy would get an extra half price item. I would be able to offer her, or the new host, a $20 credit voucher on top of everything else. So it's just the great model that works for us. We want everybody to have all the things. Okay, and if you just really want it all and it's not enough to host, come and join me. I have a team that's growing so rapidly. We are called Team Whisk Takers, and we currently have 20 people who are just doing this and sharing the love. So if you would like to share this with anybody, please let me know, and I will set you up with a call with myself and one other person on my team who's helping me learn how to do this leadership thing that I just got myself into. All right, everyone, you have a great rest of your Saturday, and I will be posting pictures of dessert soon. Bye.